have a broken heart. Though the world is cold, just remember who you are. And I pray.
Hey.
Yeah. Feelings so deep in my feelings. No, this ain't really like me.
What's up, y'all? So this video is gonna be about how my labor went. So I was 37 weeks pregnant, and I was in my kitchen and I started feeling these sharp pains. So my baby daddy was like, come on, let's go to the hospital. So we went to the hospital or whatever. They checked my cervix. Checking your cervix hurts, y'all. It hurts. Nobody never told me what it felt like or that it hurted or anything. So when my nurse came in there she had some jelly and some gloves on, and she was like, I'm about to check your cervix or whatever, because the pain that you're describing seemed like you having not contractions, Braxton Hicks. That's like fake contractions or whatever. So she was like, I'm gonna check your cervix. So I was like, all right. So she was like, I need you to open your legs. I had already took all my clothes off and put a gown on. And so she was like, I need you to I had like a blanket over me, like covering like from my waist down. And so she was like, I need you to open your legs so that I can put my fingers up there. And I was like, huh? Do what? You finna put your fingers where? Like, no. So she was just explaining everything to me, and I'm like, I hear you, but I don't want you sticking your fingers up me, ma'am. That's what you don't understand. Like, I guess you ain't getting it. So I finally cooperated and let her put her fingers up me. It just sounds so nasty. And so she checked my cervix. So I was dilated to a 3, y'all. And at this time I was 37 weeks pregnant, and it was Wednesday. It was August 9th. My due date wasn't until August 21st. So I'm like, oh, nothing about to happen, da da da, you know. So I'm waiting. They had me wait up there for like another 2 hours because they wanted to monitor me and the baby and see if I was gonna dilate more. So finally she came back and checked my cervix again. But I really didn't let her check them like that second time because it hurted so bad. But she was like, I'm not dilated. That's what she told me. She was like, you're not dilated no more or whatever. So I was like, okay. So they released me. I went home. So the next day, August 10th, Thursday, I had a doctor's appointment with my OB. Yeah. And my OB was out of town. And mind you, I'm new to this service checking thing. And my OB, she was a woman. Her name was Laura. Laura decided she want to go on a family vacation, and she just left me hanging. And I was like, I didn't know she went on a family vacation. So when the man called me back, his name was Juan, and normally like a nurse will call you back and then your doctor will come, you know. So Juan called me back, and I ain't thinking nothing of it, you know, because normally my doctor don't call me back. So I ain't know she wasn't there or nothing. So Juan was like, hello, Miss Williams, I'm Juan. I'm going to be a doctor today. And I was like, doctor? What you mean you're going to be my doctor today? I was like, you can't be my doctor today. Like, I don't know. You know, you can't do that. So I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, Laura went on vacation. I was like, vacation? Who said Laura can go on vacation? Laura ain't done with me. I said, my due date ain't until August 21st. So Laura going to have to come back. Like, what is Laura doing? Like, I don't pay Laura for her to go on vacation. She going on vacation with my money? No. I was mad, y'all. I was real mad. And then I had already knew that since they checked my cervix at the hospital, that they had already sent my paperwork over and that they was going to check my cervix when I came to the doctor. And he going to be my doctor. He went for 6 hands on me, y'all. So he was like, are you having any new symptoms or whatever? And I was telling him about what I told the hospital. And he was like, yeah, I got your paperwork or whatever. And he was like, we're going to have to check your cervix again. And I was like, who is we? And he was like, me and one of the nurses. And I was like, what do you mean, you and one of the nurses? I was like, I'm not understanding. And he was like, well, I know you're new to this. Is this your first pregnancy? And I was like, yes, this is my first pregnancy. And no, you're not gonna stick your hands up me. Like, so finally I had to give in, y'all, because I wanted to see how far I was, because I had been doing squats and everything, like trying to make myself dilate more so I can get my baby out. So I finally let him, and it took him like 30 minutes, I swear to God, because I wouldn't open my legs because he was a man and it just didn't feel right to me. Like, I just didn't want him sticking his hands at me. And then his hands was fat, like they was real fat. So like 2 of his fingers felt like a whole hand, like it hurted. And I didn't want him to do that. So the nurse had to hold me down, and he finally checked me. He was like, you're not a 3, but you're not a 4. What does that even mean? There's no number in between 3 and 4. So what am I? Like, why are you playing? Am I a 3 or am I a 4? Like, and so I was like, am I a 3.5? And he was like, no, you're not a 3.5. Okay, so what am I? What am I? Like, I was so confused at this point, and now I was real irritated because I'm like, you really sound dumb, for one, and for 2, I really don't even want you here. Like, I want my doctor. So I was irritated at this point. He finally sent me home, not dilated at a 3 or a 4, undecisive. Like, it was dumb, and I wasn't satisfied with my appointment at all. So I was real mad. I sent Laura an email and I told her, I don't know who you think you are, trying to go on vacation, but you need to come back because I need you to check my cervix so I can have my baby. And she never replied, y'all. She never replied. Fuck, I don't care. So I got home or whatever, and my baby daddy had bought me some Wendy's, and I had a 10-piece nugget and I had a burger, and some fries too. But like I couldn't really eat. I don't know what was wrong with me, but like I couldn't eat. Like, I could not eat. I don't know. So I ate like 4 of my nuggets, and I just put my food back down, and I went to sleep. I woke up at 8 o'clock, and when I woke up, I was watching TV for a while, and I kept feeling the sharp pains, but I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just ride it out. I just laid on my side, and then I would end up falling back to sleep. Later on that night at 11 o'clock, my baby daddy came home, and he had some flowers. So mom was like, okay, I know that's right. And I was like, you know what's right? What is right? And she was like, you got some flowers, da 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 da. I was like, oh, these flowers cute, whatever. I didn't know what flowers meant. The fuck do flowers mean? And so my cousin was like, girl, y'all finna have sex. And I was like, girl, go on, you too young to even know about that. So anyways, later on that night, we ended up having sex. It's Thursday, y'all. It's August 10th, Thursday. After we had sex, I started feeling real bad. Like, my stomach was hurting, like, so bad. So I went to the restroom so I could take a bath. But as I'm sitting down, I kept feeling the pain. And it was like it hurted so bad. So I stood up. And when I stood up, I kind of, like, stretched my body or whatever. And, like, I felt it again. It was to the point where I couldn't even stand up. So I didn't call nobody for help. I just sat there. And I sat there for like 45 minutes. And like, I finally had the courage to stand up and shower. So I took a shower. And when I came out the restroom, my cousin was like, what's wrong with you? She's like, you was in there for a long time. You okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm all right. And I went in my room. Y'all, that night, I had peed 17 times. I counted. I don't know why I counted, but I counted. And I peed 17 times. And so my cousin kept telling me, you better to have your baby. You better to have your baby. I hadn't seen my cousin all summer. She wanted me to have my baby so bad while she was over my house. So I wasn't acknowledging her. I was like, whatever. So the next morning, my baby daddy had to go to football practice at 5 in the morning. But it was like 5:40 something. And I had told him, I was like, he was getting up, finna go to practice. And I was like, I don't feel good. Like, my stomach been hurting like all night. I've been tossing and turning. I couldn't even sleep. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. He was like, come on, let's go to the hospital. So we had already packed the baby bag and my bag or whatever. So we grabbed the bags and we went to the hospital. When we got there at like 6:50. And then by the time they got me in the room and everything, it was like 7:30. And so at this time, they was gonna check my cervix again. They had me lay down and put a gown on again or whatever. So I'm there. She checked my cervix and I was dilated to a 4. So I was like, dang, I'm really finna have a baby, you know? So I'm dilated to a 4, and she left and she came back like 30 minutes later. And like when she came back, she checked them again. And it was getting easier, but it still hurted. And she was like, you had a 5, you're in labor. So she was making like all this noise and getting doctors to come in there. And I was like, what's going on? And then it felt like I was peeing on myself. And I was like, I think I just peed on myself. She's like, no, your mucus plug fell out. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, basically it just means that you're in labor. And she was like real excited, like it was her baby. So they wheeled me upstairs. I'm upstairs or whatever. It's just me and my baby daddy in the room with the nurses. And they was getting us situated and stuff. And then after that, after they got me situated or whatever, that's when my mama and my siblings came to the hospital. And when they got there, they had made everybody step out the room so that they can give me the epidural. And my mama, she stayed in there with me. I don't know why, y'all. She's so extra. She stayed in there with me, and she just breathing real hard. She was like, and I was like, the hell is wrong with her? So I was like, what is wrong with you? And she was like, Bree, the needle is real long and it's going to hurt. And I didn't mess with needles, y'all. But throughout my pregnancy, I didn't have no choice but to mess with needles because they take your blood, you know, they do all of that. So you don't have no choice. Like you have to get with the program. So I wasn't scared, but she just wanted me to be scared. And I don't know why. It was kind of weird. So they finally gave me the epidural. The needle was like this long, and they stuck it in my back. And I had to sit straight with my legs crossed, and I had to put my elbows on my knees. And I was just sitting like this. Like, y'all, I know y'all can't see me, but I was just sitting like with my elbows on my knees like that. And they just stuck the needle in there, and it just felt like a whole bunch of cold stuff running down my back. So after that, like, it was like my medicine. It was my epidural, like my all my medicine like running in me or whatever. And so after that, I started feeling weird. It like felt like I was floating. Like my legs and my toes, like they was real numb, and I couldn't pick them up. They was real heavy. So I don't know what happened after that, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, because I don't know what happened. Like, I was so drugged, I don't even know what happened. So time was just going by and going by and going by. And then I remember that they broke my water. Yeah, they broke my water, and they used like a little plastic knife, and they just did like that, and my water broke. But I couldn't feel nothing from the waist down, so I didn't feel the water leaking or anything. And I remember them giving me this big old peanut ball, and I had to put it between my legs to like keep my legs up, and I just kept on rotating them. I remember that. And then I remember at 5:54 they had put everybody out the room except for my baby daddy, my mama, and these 2 girls was in there. They used to be my friends. They was in there. And they was like, it's time to push. And I remember my baby daddy saying, shawty right there is a 10. Hey! No, but he said that. And when he said that, I was like my eyes was open. I was like, a 10? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finna start pushing. At this time, y'all, all the medicine was to the back of my head. Like, I woke up, like, for real. I was up. And so, I started pushing, you know. I pushed 5 times. I started pushing at 5:54, and I had her at 6:09. I pushed 5 times. So I was in labor for 15 minutes, and she came out. It was easy though, like it wasn't hard, but the only thing that got me was like, okay, as I'm pushing, and as I'm pushing, my nurse is like, push. She was like, breathe in, breathe out, push, breathe in, breathe out, push. And in the middle of me pushing, my nurse gonna say, she has a head full of hair. Baby, I don't care if she bald headed. Get her out of me. Do you hear me? Like, this not a time to stop. She's talking about feel the hair. No, feel the pain. Get her out. Like, and it wasn't even pain. It was just a simple fact that y'all steady pressuring me. Push. And I'm pushing like I didn't know what else to do. And so my baby daddy's on this side, and then my mom was on this side. The nurse is down there, you know, whatever. And he was holding my head up because my back was hurting, but nothing else was hurting. He was holding my head up like this, and I was just pushing. And she finally came out, and they tried to put her on me. I was like, no, I don't want her on me. I was like, don't put her on me, please. And I was like, no, I didn't want her on me at all. Like, I was like, no. Like, she was just, it was just, I can't even explain it, y'all, because it's nasty. Like, I didn't want her on me. So, my baby daddy picked her up, and she opened her eyes, and it's like she was just in love. He was in love, she was in love. And I was just looking at them, and I just started crying, y'all, because I was like, I'm really a mama. And it was like, they let everybody back in the room, and it was like, my baby daddy friends was there, my family was, like, some of my family was there. I was just like, oh my God, like, I didn't even know, I don't know, y'all. I was just real emotional, like. And so afterwards, I had ate Chick-fil-A, and I was trying to eat, but I still really couldn't eat. And everybody was holding her, you know, so I'm eating while everybody holding her. And then they was like, the nurse came in, she was like, you have to feed her. So I'm like, okay, where's the bottles? And they was like, no, you have to breastfeed her. And I ain't mind breastfeeding, but I didn't know what to do. Like, I was new to it. So they was like, you gotta hold her like this or whatever, and just tilt her head towards your nipple, and like she'll latch on. Baby, the Maya was like this. Like, she was so hungry, and she was just, y'all, she ripped my nipple. It started bleeding. So they tried to give me this clear thing to put over my nipple, but the blood was just running down. So I was like, at this point, the little girl ain't getting fed. Not on these. She ain't getting fed on these. So they wheeled me to my overnight room, and it was upstairs. So I'm going up there, and as I go up there, everybody was still up there. Like, everybody who was downstairs with me after I gave birth to her, they was already in the other room. And so they was just waiting on me to come in there. So I came in there, and everybody was just holding her. Everybody was just excited. It was really a bittersweet moment, y'all. Like, it was. And at that moment, that's how I knew everybody who was really there for me, you know? Like, when you get pregnant, you will know, like, your pregnancy and your labor will determine who really there for you and who really gonna be by your side through anything. And that's how I knew. And so it's like 9 o'clock, and everybody's leaving because you can't have visitors no more. And it was just me and the baby, because my baby daddy, he had to leave and go take his sister home. So it was just me and her, and we was just there. And y'all, I really don't want to tell y'all this, but I'm gonna tell y'all, my baby was ugly to me, y'all. And she was so ugly, and like, I didn't want to tell nobody. And like, normally after labor, like, you would either sleep, or you would either be like so excited and like take all these pictures of your baby so that you can post them, like, so you can show other people. But that just wasn't me. Like, I didn't show her till like the 3rd or 4th day, because I didn't want nobody to talk about my baby. And I talk about everybody, like everybody. So I just knew somebody was gonna come for my baby. And like, even though she wasn't cute to me, I was gonna get on their ass. Y'all already know, because you don't come for my baby. So y'all, me and Demai, we just in there, and she was just crying. She didn't like me because she felt the tension. Like when I didn't want her on me, she didn't like me because of that. So she wanted her daddy. So her daddy finally came back or whatever, and she went to sleep with him. Y'all, she was laying down, cause like in the hospital, you know, they put the babies in the little, they look like trays. They put the babies in the little trays or whatever, and she was in it, and like my bed was right here, and then the little couch where he was sleeping was on this side. So we put the baby in the middle, and like I had a hemorrhoid, and that's like, it was like this big, y'all, and it's like in between your butt, and like I had got it from pushing so hard, so I couldn't move. Like I had to hold my booty cheeks together like the whole time, so I couldn't really move. Like I could move my upper body, but like not my lower body. And then since I had an epidural, I couldn't walk for 24 hours, so I couldn't walk until the next day. So I couldn't really do too much. So we set the baby in the middle so that he can get to her too. And so they both went to sleep, and I was just up because I couldn't believe my life at this moment, and I was just up. And I'm just up, and I'm just thinking or whatever, and I hear her like whining kind of, you know, and I'm thinking like, oh, she gonna go back to sleep. But she started screaming like to the top of her lungs, and like she wanted her daddy. We laid her on her back in the thing. She turned over, y'all, to her face, and she had her face like up against the little tray thingy, and it's clear so she can see. She had her face up to the thing like this, trying to see her daddy. Like she wanted him, and like I was like, Tay, get up, get up. He was like, what's wrong? And I was like, look at her. And he just grabbed her out of the thing. He was just holding her. He was just looking at her. He was like, Bree, she is beautiful. And I was just like I didn't know what to say because I didn't think she was cute. Like, I don't know, y'all. Like, and I feel like a bad mama for saying it, but I just didn't think my baby was cute. So after that, they went back to sleep, and here it is, 6 o'clock. They came, they gave me some medicine. I still hadn't been to sleep, y'all. I just couldn't go to sleep. Like, I wanted to go home and get in my own bed. For one, it was cold. I didn't like their food. I wasn't satisfied because like I couldn't really move. Like I was just over it. I wanted to leave. I don't know. And yeah, y'all, so whenever I got discharged from the hospital and I came home, it wasn't hard at all. Like, it was really real simple, and you wouldn't have even thought that it would have been like this. But it was real simple. Like, she slept throughout the whole day. She was she was sleepy all the time. And let me tell y'all what I did. So when she got home, I took her a bath, because at the hospital they take them a bath with some type of soap, but it's not like the soap you would use on your baby. It's like non-scented soap. And my baby just smelled like nothing, and I was not going for it. So I bathed her when she got home, and I used the purple Johnson & Johnson. You know, the one to put the babies to sleep. I used that because I didn't know it worked. Y'all, my baby was asleep the whole day. Like, she slept the whole entire day. And later on that night, she slept with my mama. My mama wanted her to sleep with her. And the thing that was hard for me when I got home was that I was bleeding a lot. So like, I could just be sitting there for like 30 minutes, and I would have like blood all over me, and it was not like a cycle. Like, it wasn't the type that like you feel it coming out. It was just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's nasty. I don't even want to talk about it, y'all. But the blood, that's the part that was hard for me. This is my story of how my labor went, and when I brought her home. It was easy, y'all. It was simple. Like, labor, it's not what they make it seem like. So if you're pregnant right now, don't let them scare you, because you're not gonna know until you experience it by yourself. But I do recommend an epidural, and I hope everybody have a safe delivery and a healthy baby. Peace.